Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, First Bank Stadium, home to the Commodores of Vanderbilt. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Vanderbilt Commodores. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Gamecocks will boot it away to start the game. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Slips through the line. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. So the Vanderbilt Commodores offense will have the first crack at it in this one. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. Be interesting to see what they do today.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw, it's Barnes. Showing the arm strength down the left side. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there. They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. That's reeled in, it's Stoneburner. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Pocket breaking down. Quickly complete. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. The Commodores are moving quickly down the field. The give to the tailback. They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on second down, on 3rd, you won't have that long to go.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Bringing the heat. Plows through the defense. There he goes. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Then you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snaps, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on. 2 runs, and this defense has been physical, giving up absolutely nothing. Palmer, what's your passing play I think you go to here?
No, I like moving the pocket at this point, Pollack, and also maybe thinking about the tight end on a crossing route. You can kind of get through the traffic, come out the other side.
Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown, Vandy. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
What a nice job by the offense. First drive of the game, they matriculated down the field, put themselves in a goal-to-go situation on 3rd down. It's not going to be easy throwing it, but they win the matchup, accurate throw, and they get paid.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the South Carolina Gamecocks offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And Jesse, they've got a quarterback that if he can get into a rhythm can certainly make plays for his team.
Here's the thing about him, too. He's not the most consistent guy. He's not the most talented quarterback in the country. But when he's hot, He's really, really tough to stop, David. It's important they get this guy going early.
Yeah, and it's not just him. Like the
into the secondary on the right. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. Looking downfield on first down. Just a hair too much on him from this big-arm sophomore quarterback. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts, as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart, and he's right now taking the field thinking about all the great...
It's a running room. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Dumps it off in the flats. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. He wants to throw it again. Snagged out of the air. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Touchdown, Gamecocks! Quick strike through the air for the score. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
To throw, it's Barnes. They go to the wide receiver screen. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. Soft spot in the middle. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it. You're forcing completions like that.
What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Fires to the middle. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
I want to give a shout-out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
It's incomplete, and the defense makes the stop and gets the football back. Ready to fire from the pistol. They'll try the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Handoff to the lone back. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. Leaves it with the back. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of third and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
He's got an open man. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
And that's why quarterbacks take their offensive lines out for all-you-can-eat wings. Clean pocket, able to step up, scan the entire field, and pick the open receiver.
He'll pull it on the read. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback,
and he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Lining up to add another. The defense just lost track of him. There's no other explanation. I've got to assume they knew he was in an eligible position.
Or it was just ridiculously good scheming on the offense, Reese. I mean, just an unbelievable job of getting your guy wide open.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
That's caught. It's Stoneburner. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. And the Commodores are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Caught close to the marker. It's Stoneburner. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The Commodores with the 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Barnes. The Sweet Feet buy a little time. Got a wide open receiver. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Well, this offense has shown you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they've completely flipped the field.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Looking to fire. Quarterback adapting. Looking for the goal line. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Vanderbilt.
I was so excited for this game because I just knew it was going to be a back-and-forth battle, and that's what we've seen here. Great job by the quarterback. Good decision, reading the coverage, accurate throw. They get the extra point. This thing is all knotted up.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. He is going nowhere. stop at the line of scrimmage. They tried to get the defense going the wrong way with the counter, but nothing doing.
Aggressive defense, attacking defense. You want to hit them with those counters, but it wasn't successful in this play. Defensive line, linebackers, everybody's dialed in. They see what's going on. They diagnose it, go downhill, hit them right the field.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle. And the Gamecocks will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. And the returner will be brought down. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Looking to throw, it's Barnes. Rushes on him. Got his man. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch.
First down, Commodores.
To the air on 1st down. Gets it out fast. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. And the Commodores headed quickly to the line. Wants to throw, he's working against the clock. Fires to the big fella. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. 1 more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Caught. Defense stopped him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. And in the waning seconds of the 1st half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. Oh, and the attempt is no good. And here in the 3rd quarter, it is still a tie ball game. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Boys, you never quite know what to expect there in Nashville, and we've had a lively 1st half. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best 1st half we've seen in the history of these 2 programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at First Bank Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Commodores will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. He'll bring it out. It's Jones. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. First drive of the 2nd half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game.
Turning it on! They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
The Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. Give to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run play action. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. And the Gamecocks will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. A bit frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, see if they can redeem themselves. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. And the Commodores want to pick up the tempo. Right on the money. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Scanning the field, it's Barnes. Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Gonna look downfield again. He fires one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They go to the ground. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. The Gamecocks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. A little release to the back. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Gamecocks line up to punt it away. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Commodores line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. There is nothing to gain by kicking it away in this area of the field around midfield, going for it the wise move. It's complete. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. And the Commodores come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. Dropping back, it's Barnes. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
Well, there was something the quarterback liked in the pre-snap there, thinking his primary target was going to have a favorable matchup. The defense did a nice job disguising that look. They got more bodies over to him and forced the incompletion.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. It's complete on the right side. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And he's brought down after a nice game. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The give to the back. Hard running there. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Just feeds the running back. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Punts it out of the air. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. And this offense can just about taste taking the lead in the 4th quarter, but you do want to be careful not to score too quickly. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Looking downfield, it's Barnes. Into the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And they'll try it again after getting nothing on 2nd down. It's 3rd and goal from the 3. Touchdown, Commodores! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
3rd and goal, you're going to turn around and just give it to this guy who just has a nose for the end zone. He's able to find the crease and pay it off for his offense.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
He'll get rid of it. Got his man all by himself. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10. Complete. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Finds his tight end. Runs through a tackle. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Sends it back in motion. They're going back to the ground.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. Trying to keep this drive alive. Headed to the end zone. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. And guys, if they can make their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the fourth, and the stage will be set. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, South Carolina. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address and do something different.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Back to throw, it's Barnes. Finds a soft spot in the middle. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Back to pass. On target. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. The Commodores want to crank the tempo.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no-huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. Quickly out to the tight end. He'll be tackled at the 49 after a pickup of 5. And the Commodores look to keep this drive humming. Wants to throw it. Gets it out quickly. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. The Commodores really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Commodores back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Looking to throw on first down. Zings it complete to the right. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The clock has stopped for the timeout, and we have reached the final 2 minutes in this one. The Commodores will have it first and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
I think the run defense, a lot of times late in the game, you always wonder how well it'll hold up. Nice job on this play by this defense getting in and getting the running back on the ground.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
Ready,
going for it on 4th down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. It's complete. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. The defense calls a timeout to put together a strategy. Trying to barge their way in. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This is what you love to see from your red zone defense. Now you're making the opponent go backwards. Really nice stop on the run, a TFL. Now you got a big second down here, probably expecting the offense to throw with a little bit more room to work with.
Here's the handoff. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play.
Home crowd not going to love it. You got to throw the ball to win this game. They do not like the play call with not a lot of time left in the game.
Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. This kicker has missed his only attempt and desperately needs this one for the game. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. Celebration erupts on the sideline as they take the lead in the final seconds. That last field goal gave them a 3-point lead. Now to see if they can cover the kickoff and keep them out of field goal range. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Nice return there, and he'll be dragged down at the 34. Guys, that one was a ton of fun to call, and the players, a lot of games sort of wash away in the memory bank. Not that one. That will be an indelible mark in their memories.
I agree, Reese. You know, I think back to my career in Florida, and just the games that stand out the most were always the ones that went down to the wire, whether we lost or whether we won. For this team, this is going to be a good memory moving forward, David, because of how well they played late.
Did you lose more of those or win more of those? I'm just asking for a friend. Tennessee, what happened? Hey, yeah, it's big-time clutch, right? These are the ones that define your seasons, define your careers, and the ones you never forget, those heart